In 2017, I went on a hike with my friend Father Jay in the Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee. We were hiking to the Ramsey Cascades. It's the tallest waterfall in the national park. It's also a pretty strenuous hike. It's about 8 miles round trip with a 2,000-foot elevation increase. We started the hike in a great mood, lots of energy, a little bit of a pep in our step. We were chatting it up, and the hike was fairly flat, as things got started. Then the hike, started to get a little steeper. The heart rate goes up and get a little bit of a sweat going, but we pressed on, feeling the burn a little bit, but things were still okay. And then, slowly but surely, the positive vibes started to wear off. The legs got heavier and heavier, aches started, lungs were pushing harder and harder, and our conversation wore down to a minimum. And then, after a little while longer still, it felt like the hike would never end. We just kept going up and up and up with no end in sight. And that last half a mile or so was just brutal. The hike concludes with a slightly steeper uphill finale. Just a long, straight uphill that you just have to kind of trudge through. And I remember my legs were just killing me, my feet were barking, my shoulders were hurting, and I kind of almost lost all hope, thinking to myself, well, this is it. I guess I'm just going to be perpetually walking uphill for the rest of my life. And then, all of a sudden, there it appeared, the Ramsey Cascades. I remember turning back and shouting to Father Jay, I see it! I see it! There it is, finally! We made it to the waterfall, and there was this enormous cathartic release. It was part victory, part accomplishment, part happiness, and part relief, all rolled into one. I still remember that moment when I first saw the waterfall, and my eyes got kind of wide. My heart was just on fire with the excitement of that moment. I think my little hiking story here is a good image for this Sunday. Certainly, it applies to the disciples on the road to Emmaus. They too were on a journey. Their journey may have not been so physically difficult as mine, but certainly emotionally it was difficult. They had just heard about the death of Jesus. And those disciples too had their aha moment when they finally saw what they were looking for. Jesus opens their eyes in the breaking of the bread, and they too had that burning in their hearts with excitement. I think my little hiking story also applies to this whole coronavirus situation. Aren't we somehow in that arduous part of the journey, still going uphill, wondering when we will finally see that waterfall? Is the end ever going to come? And we could even say that my story is an image for life in general. We believe as Christians that we are on, or at least should be on, a journey to heaven. And yes, life at times can be difficult, and we await the day when we finally see those heavenly gates, when our eyes will open wide. We will finally reach our destination. In today's second reading, St. Peter instructs us to conduct yourselves with reverence during the time of your sojourning. He also invites us to have faith and hope in God, who has revealed himself to us through the love of his Son, Jesus Christ. Whether it's a hike, the coronavirus, or our very lives, we must have faith and hope that we will make it through this journey. We will make it to where we are going. Lord, please guide our way. God bless. En 2017, hice una caminata con mi amigo Padre Jay en el Parque Nacional de las Smoky Mountains en Tennessee. Fuimos a las cataratas, se llama Ramsey Cascades. Son las cataratas más altas en el parque, pero es una caminata muy larga y difícil, 8 millas, y una subida de 2,000 pies. Empezamos con mucha energía, emociones positivas, y charlábamos un poquito, y también al principio el camino estaba muy plano, pero eventualmente el camino se hizo más empinado. Me dolía el cuerpo, el camino fue más difícil, y más tarde el camino se hizo aún más difícil. Me dolían las piernas, los pies, los pulmones, y pensé, este camino nunca va a terminar. Voy a subir esta montaña por el resto de mi vida. Y de repente vi las cataratas. Y le grité a Padre Jay, ¡ahí está! ¡Ahí está! Llegamos a las Ramsey Cascades. Conquistamos la montaña y estábamos felices y aliviados que la parte más difícil de la caminata hubiera terminado. Nunca olvidaré ese momento cuando vi las cataratas. Mi corazón estaba ardiendo. Mis ojos estaban muy abiertos. Tenía mucha emoción. Pienso que esta historia es una imagen buena de nuestra situación ahora. Por supuesto, es similar de la historia de los discípulos en el camino a Emaús. Ellos estaban en camino también. Su jornada no estaba muy difícil físicamente, pero emocionalmente. Estaban tristes de que Jesús muriera. Y ellos tenían ese momento cuando finalmente lo vieron. Vieron a Jesús. Lo habían reconocido al partir el pan. Sus corazones estaban llenos. Se les abrieron los ojos. Mi historia es similar también a nuestra situación con el coronavirus. Estamos en una jornada, una batalla con este virus. Y ahora no podemos ver el fin de este camino. ¿Dónde está el fin? ¿Lo terminará o no? Mi historia es una imagen para la vida en general también. Como cristianos creemos que estamos en camino al cielo, o debemos de estar en camino al cielo. A veces la jornada aquí en la tierra es difícil. Esperamos el día en que finalmente veamos el cielo. Y en ese día nuestros corazones arderán de amor. En la segunda lectura hoy, San Pedro dice, vivan siempre con temor filial durante su peregrinar por la tierra. San Pedro nos invita a tener fe y esperanza en Dios. No importa si es un camino en Tennessee, el coronavirus, el camino a Emaús o nuestras vidas. Tenemos que tener fe en Dios. Tenemos que creer que Dios nos guiará a nuestro destino. Dios, confiamos en ti. Guíanos al cielo. Dios les bendiga, así sea.